With temperatures increasing, algae has started to grow in Lady Bird Lake, and with that, so does the increased risk for toxic blooms.
I did observe algae growth starting to kind of accumulate around the edges near the shoreline of Redbud Isle. Very little algae along Auditorium Shores, Butler Park area. The lower reservoir has a lot of algae.
Austin watershed environmental scientist Brent Bellinger, seen here in this video released by the city of Austin, started collecting samples last week. The most recent samples were taken on Thursday.
If you went to each site and grabbed a clump of it, it looks different in all those locations. So the trick is those samples are dropped off at the University of Texas. They're going to have a look at them to see what species are present and hopefully ascertain if there's any potentially toxic species, as well as determine if any toxins are present in the mats or the water itself.
How long should that analysis take? What do you think you'll have an answer back?
We're hoping to have the results back ideally would be a few days, sometime over the weekend. That's, we'll see.
About a year ago, toxic algae in Lady Bird Lake killed several dogs. It prompted the city to issue a warning that didn't end until temperatures cooled down. Many of those who we spoke to Friday remembered what happened and how the toxic algae struck fast.
We usually go to Barton Springs, and my mom lives out in San Antonio, so we go to New Braunfels a lot, so we're not usually here, but yeah, they'll probably make us go that way again.
Despite the safety advisory, a lot of dogs were in the water Friday afternoon.
We were going to the lake every day previously, but that seemed like it was getting cloudy, and that water was getting a little bit nasty. This water is nice and clear, so I'm hoping this is safe for a while longer.
New warning signs recently went up regarding algae blooms. The signs were placed where toxic algae is usually found. Hotspots tend to be along shorelines, in stagnant water, sometimes in aquatic vegetation and under trees. For dogs that do get in the water, a nose-to-tail scrubbing is advised.
Make sure that you're rinsing your dog off. If they have been in the water, rinse them off. Try to limit their exposure to the water. Trying to get them not to drink the water is of course tough. Rinsing them off, though, if they have any algae in their fur, so that they're not consuming that later is imperative also.
The city has set up a website that tracks algae conditions on the local waterways. It will be upgraded to include an informational dashboard, similar to what's used to track COVID-19 trends. And like the virus, controlling this watery outbreak will be difficult.